Did you know that Payback is coming up this Sunday? More important question, did the WWE? As soon as I saw on this go-home edition of Raw before this pay-per-view, or as you might like to call them now, the special events on the WWE Network, when I saw that the first thing that they did to try and attempt to create any semblance of entertaining television or do anything to help maybe actually build up towards that special event or pay-per-view this Sunday was to go about having Stephanie and Triple H embarrass Barry and future endeavor, the Raw general manager Brad Maddox, who barely appears on television as it is. I said, yep, it's going to be one of those types of nights. And nope, that sure as fuck didn't mean a good thing, did it? So instead of giving us a full-fledged feud between Cesaro and Jack Swagger, which was plenty of purpose to have, or instead of giving us Cesaro versus an RVD with the association of Paul Heyman, there is some type of purpose for that storyline to occur. The WWE has decided that Cesaro and Sheamus is the feud that we want to see. And we just want to see Cesaro and RVD early on Raw, right before the pay-per-view, and see Cesaro win with a freaking German suplex. Paul Heyman's really going to help Cesaro, right? So instead of using the neutralizer or the Cesaro swing or one of those vicious-looking uppercuts to win the match and actually maybe get over like he's supposed to be as a babyface, the WWE has saddled him with the fucking heel manager and given him apparently a primary finisher of the German suplex. I got more thoughts about Paul Heyman and his association with Cesaro. Check out the link in the description box below. Nothing says competing with Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals between LeBron and the Miami Heat and Paul George and the Indiana Pacers like Eva Marie versus Summer Rae. Oh, some Total Divas action. Yep, it was one of those nights. Whoopee, Layla and Fandango come out, and they interrupt Summer Rae, and Summer Rae loses, and Layla and Fandango kiss. Whoopee! We talk about missed opportunities and failures to create new stars and guys getting buried. Then there's Drew McIntyre. You didn't watch the show. Trust me, you read it right. He lost to El Torito. The midget in the freaking bull costume that had its fake tail pulled off. And they tried to pretend that it was real. Whose Cheerios did Drew McIntyre shit in to get this type of treatment? He's jobbing to a midget in a mask and a bull costume who had his tail yanked off, who the Matadors and Torito were back to with the WWE doctors trying to put it back on like it was something real. Hornswoggle's hair versus El Torito's mask. Apparently that's coming. By God, I can't wait. Poor Drew McIntyre. He was Vince's chosen one for this moment right here. Maybe El Torito will be Vince McMahon's second illegitimate son. So one of the big things that was going to happen on this show was Bray Wyatt addressing the C Nation, and we sat there with bated breath, waiting in anticipation for what we surely knew was to come. Some more awesome promo work by Bray Wyatt, and then John Cena sucking the life out of the segment. And by God, ding dong, what did you know? That's exactly what happened. Why is Bray Wyatt going after Jerry the King Lawler? Why? Why are they sitting there going after JBL because Jerry won't come with them? And then they clothesline JBL and he's out for like 15 fucking minutes. Oh, this was trash on somebody, God blessed, different levels. They still have to make Cena look superior here. And then, just as he's actually maybe going to get beat down for a goddamn change, here come the Usos who are associated with Cena for whatever the fuck reason. I'm sure at some point just to drop the tag straps to Rowan and Harper so that way they could be inconsequential tag team champions just like the Usos have fucking become. I'll be glad when the Bray Wyatt-John Cena feud is over now because it is just more of the same old shit. Cena's opponent attempting to entertain the brakes off of us, and John Cena ruining all the fun. Who do I think is going to win in that last man standing match on Sunday? Well, the odds to me clearly aren't in Bray Wyatt's favor. It's only going to be basically 3-on-1. What chance does he stand against Super Cena? So let me get this straight. Cesaro can't even get an entrance, but Zack Ryder did. Hooray! Just so that way he could be a very, very immediately quick foil for Rusev to dispatch. You know, newsflash to the WWE. When you were constructing the Rusev character, this is just a thought here, but maybe you should have had enough sense. If you're going to rip off the Ivan Drago Rocky IV crap, go all the way from it. Nobody gives a fuck about a Bulgarian brute. Here you've got freaking Lana talking about Vladimir Putin, an actual attempt to get some real heat on her while the guys are sitting there getting boingers to her. And you've got him now. He's a Bulgarian brute that lives in Russia. Ah, you stupid fucks. Another miss by the WWE. And here comes Big E to come save the day and defend the honor of the old USA. I wonder if Vince was secretly cussing. He's like, no, Big E shouldn't be patriotic. He should be dancing and listening to that rap music and wearing them baggy Zumba pants and all that other shit. Are we getting Rusev versus Big E at the pay-per-view? I guess. Are we? I'm serious. I don't know. Instead of having the Rhodes brothers actually split off and have a feud culminating in a big match at WrestleMania, or maybe continuing that feud or at Extreme Rules, or at least even, God forbid, starting that feud at Extreme Rules or right now, you've got the Rhodes brothers having to go to Triple H's office to demand that they get booked and have a match on this show. They were used as a device to actually make Evolution look strong and attempt to actually reestablish the dominant heel faction filled with 3 Hall of Famers, 3 former main eventers, world champions, all of that other bullshit. Wow. And again, I emphasize, this is the type of show that the WWE chose to go with, going head-to-head against Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, at least we got to see Cody Rhodes and Goldust, and at least they made some semblance of an attempt to try and actually get some heat on Evolution here. Do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe? I believe that I guess I was anticipating Bo Dallas's Raw debut. Yeah, you know what? For a week, I guess I could be a believer. There were so many bad, crappy, dumb, stupid things on this week's freaking Raw that seeing Bo Dallas be just like over-the-top, corny, terrible, intentionally bad was actually entertaining and good. You know, it's a sad indication of what WWE is doing right now, when easily one of the most entertaining, if not the most entertaining things on their television is a diva. I don't mean that so much as a disrespect towards the WWE divas, even though a lot of them I think are very lacking in the looks and or actual talent department. It is just an overall indication of A, how poorly the WWE treats their divas, and B, how piss poor Raw has been the past couple of weeks, and in particular this show was. Alicia Fox was on fire here. You got Tugboat Sun getting freaking atomic wedgies. She's sitting there throwing pop all over the place. Just all types of ratchet hood rap awesomeness. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's the type of shit that gives me a boinger, damn it. This shit was incredible. Whereas the WWE has done nothing to get you interested, emotionally invested, to care about Paige's character one way or another, to be able to make a decision of whether or not you want to boo or cheer her. At least with Alicia Fox, they have actually given you a reason to cheer, or in this case, boo her. They have actually tried to make her into a crazy bitch that deserves your heel heat. This is awesome. I sure as hell hope Alicia Fox wins that Divas title on Sunday. Get it off of Paige's boring ass. And why is she boring? Because, frankly, the WWE made her that way from the jump without ever really giving her a chance to stand on her own 2 feet. So if they're not going to do that, and they're at least going to try and do something with Alicia Fox, then they might as well put the damn strap on her. I'm down with that. So not only does Adam Rose understand that it's party time all the time, baby, apparently Damian Sandow does too, and maybe at some point he will convert from being a lemon to being a rosebud, if you will. He's picked up on Charlie Haas's old gimmick, being Magneto. And now since they're in Tennessee, why not? Damian Sandow's going to dress up as Davey fucking Crockett. Why? For the fuck all of it. This is apparently the guy that the WWE is enjoying picking on at this time. Is there any rhyme or reason for this? No. If you believe that there is any rhyme or reason for this, you're a moron. It is because the WWE are indeed morons. And you take a guy like Damian Sandow, who at least, at the very worst, going to be the well-established mid-card or upper mid-card star at this point in time, if not a main event player for that company, and has turned him into a guy dressed up as Davy Crockett, jobbing out to Adam Rose, who is feuding with Jack Swagger. And Rose got his revenge, baby. He told Swagger, "You don't touch my lemons." That's right, don't be lemons, be rosebuds. But poor Damian Sandow. My God. Well, that Schleg Daddy has tried to keep me off the OTRSCentral airwaves, but Marcus Smart has protested and finally gotten his chance to have his voice heard once again here on YouTube.com. And let me tell you something. This whole stuff with Daniel Bryan is a tragedy. A tragedy. Daniel Bryan is a hero to millions. Most especially me, in the mere fact that he would even have to consider having neck surgery just shows what type of punishment and pain and sacrifice he has put his body through to entertain myself and so many thousands of other internet fans. We love you, Daniel Bryan, and we wish you the speediest of all speedy recoveries. But let me address that billion-dollar princess bitch Stephanie here for a little bit. That shit you were doing on Raw was uncalled for and unnecessary. When you bring family into it, now you've gone too far. And now you've pissed off the internet. And we will strike back with a vengeance. We might not even pirate your pay-per-view on Sunday, Payback. That's right. You don't fuck with this. You don't fuck with the Daniel Bryan Nation. You do not fuck with the American Dragon and his family. This is a man that once went vegan in order to save his wrestling career. He is dedicated to the cause. He loves professional wrestling. He loves performing for you, and especially me. Mark is smart. Let's check the facts here, Stephanie. Daniel Bryan is a tremendous physical specimen. You have plastic breasts. Daniel Bryan is a man. Facially, Stephanie, you look like a man. Daniel Bryan has the Bella with the non-fake boobies as his wife. You're married to a cock that was sucked and fucked and had the shit of China all over it. Daniel Bryan makes money for the WWE. You and your family and your stupid decisions lose money for the WWE. How dare you suggest that Daniel Bryan has to give up the WWE World Heavyweight Championship this Sunday at Payback, otherwise Brie Bella will be fired. Daniel Bryan is, among many other things, a better actor than you, a better performer than you, and damn sure he is known to be by all as the best motherfucker wrestler in the world. And there's no way, and I mean no way, that this is right in any way, shape, or form. Daniel Bryan is the real legit World Heavyweight Champion of WWE. He is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He is the Breakfast Club killer, not the Breakfast Club running girl. Yeah, that's right. That's you, Stephanie. You probably had them all in your mouth. All Daniel Bryan does with the Breakfast Club is kicks their ass 6 ways from Sunday. Which is exactly what's going to happen again when the hashtag Breakfast Club Killer steps into Payback on Sunday and successfully defends his WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He saves his wife Brie Bella's job, and he does it all with a hurt neck. And do you know why he's going to do that? Because Daniel Bryan is the best motherfucker wrestler in the world. Needless to say, and not surprisingly so, Marcus Smart stands firm behind Daniel Bryan. Last week, if you watched the Raw review, I told you how I skipped out on the main event, didn't watch it because I thought there was no reason to do it. There was either one of two finishes they were going to go with the show, and if it was going to be that predictable, then why watch how it's going to play out? I chose to do the same thing again this week with the contract signing. I didn't watch it. Didn't feel like I needed to because it was either going to have one of two predictable outcomes. Either A, the Shield was going to be made to look imposing and dominant, therefore making Evolution look weak and like chumps. Or B, what I thought was going to be probably the more likely scenario because Evolution went over earlier in the night in the tag match with the Rhodes brothers. WWE realizes they've actually maybe got to get some heel heat on their heel faction, trying to reestablish that heel faction. They would probably sit there and make Evolution ultimately look strong, but they would do so in a way, whether it be 3-on-1 tactics or use of some type of weapons that still ended up making Evolution kind of look like chumps and kind of like wimps. Am I right? Was it option A or option B? Please let me know. If it was neither option, then I'm like, hey, Thank you, WWE. You've made your endings to your shows less predictable. Maybe I'll actually watch your main event segment next week. But we're going to see how long I can keep this going. This is another week where I'm throwing out to you one of two scenarios, and I believe more so that it's going to be option B, that Evolution was kind of made to look strong, but not totally. They either had to use chairs or tables or a triple power bomb or sledgehammer or some type of dumb shit to make them look strong, even though it kind of really doesn't make them look all that strong. I'm assuming that's probably what the finish was heading into Payback, and I'm sure it was a roaring finish to a roaring edition of Raw.